All right, hello ladies and gentlemen. My name is Greg Michalowski, and this is ForexLive. We're going to go live with the beta of Google Hangouts. Before we get started, let me remind everybody that trading foreign exchange carries a high level of risk, and so make sure that you define your risk, limit your risk, and understand that what we say here today is simply for educational and knowledge purposes. So, with that said, my name is Greg Michalowski, and I'm here with Adam Button. And Ryan, are you there? You can type in the. Here's the thing, Ryan. Oops. Like now, I came. See, like I have my headphone on, Adam, and I am hearing the delay.
Oh yeah, you can't have that.
Okay, I'll turn it off. It was from the draft. So now, Ryan out there, you're the only one seeing this, Ryan, on our draft, I assume. And so what we want to test out with you is if you click on the YouTube. I think if you click on the YouTube in the draft window. Okay. Actually, you know what? If you just click on "Be part of the conversation," if you click on "Be part of the conversation" within that window.
Or do you know that Ryan's there? Do we know he's there?
I'm here and watching. Okay, can you hear me, Ryan?
Okay.
I have him on Skype. Can you hear me, Ryan? It's a 20-second delay, so.
Right.
Yeah. I'm clicking on the icon a little bit, and it's taking me a hangout. Yes. Okay. So. Okay. How do I include you in a Skype message, Adam? I don't even know. Can I add you? So if you see here. When you do that, you click on the cube in the top right corner. And then Q&A. So if you look at the draft, Adam, and you see the it says be part of the conversation. You click on that, and that'll bring up the Hangout page of the Google Hangout page. And then in the right top corner, there's a cube, like a Rubik's Cube thing. And if you click on that, then it has the question and answer box, and then that should open up a Q&A, the ability to ask questions on the right-hand side.
Yeah, I think Ryan saw what I saw yesterday, there, Greg. As a user, I'm not necessarily sure you get that.
If what?
If you're
Sorry?
a user, I don't think you get that.
Really? Well, that's
what Ryan's trying to say too. He can't find anywhere to put.
Well, Ryan just wrote a question. Why does Adam look so scared in the video?
Oh, did he write a question now?
Yeah, so if
Yeah.
you go to the left-hand side and click on the QA,
Okay. Okay, who's Day Grinder FX? We have two questions there. How's that happen? All right.
okay,
This must be someone on our Google Plus page.
yeah. Well,
Hello. Oh, okay, so you're able to answer the questions, eh? Right?
yeah. So what, so the questions would come in, and we'd be like, well, Adam's scared because this is a beta, and we don't know what we're doing just yet.
Yeah. About gold on a separate post here to keep the site live.
If you don't want to see Adam looking so scared, I'll put the video on me, Ryan.
Oh, is it focused on me now? How do I know I'm in the spotlight? Anyway.
Well, on the bottom, do you see a box around you?
No, it says it's around ForexLive right now.
You know what? Here's what happens: is I can highlight who's in the window. So right now, because I'm talking, it knows it's me talking. Now, if you talk, go ahead, you talk, Adam.
Okay, now so I'm in the
And now you come in,
okay,
and so it goes back and forth. Now I can keep it on myself by, I'm the host here, and the way I do it is I put a box around myself. I double click on myself, and it keeps me highlighted. So if you were to talk right now, it wouldn't take the screen back to you. But if let's say we're talking about, I don't know, the ECB decision on Thursday, and you say no, it's going to be this, then it'll go right back to you.
all right.
So if you speak now, boom.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, it's as long as you guys can hear me, and is it? I don't know what the levels are. Greg says it's a little low.
Right.
We have another beta tester in here, Day Grinder FX. We're glad to have you. We're doing a little bit of testing, so you can put
Right.
your feedback in the questions there about whether this is working or how we're doing here or what you'd like to see in something like this. We're happy to do that, but we're just trying to set it up right now, and this is something we're hoping to do as a feature at ForexLive regularly when something happens. I'm also just a little bit curious. Mike is loud and Adam is low. Yeah, I have this problem. Also a little bit curious as how you found us. I guess am I right that you just saw it on our ForexLive Google Plus page and were able to click through?
Either that or maybe on YouTube, because I'm not sure it's private.
Okay, well that's fine. I mean, we're
Yeah.
happy to have people there. I don't know. Hopefully that makes. I've tried to boost some microphone up, but when I boost that, it boosts my volume up, and I'm just getting blown out by Greg when you talk. So I'll have to sort out with the mixer here.
Let me ask Ryan and Day Grinder, how does Adam sound? I think my volume's not a problem, but
Yeah,
Adam's
he
maybe.
just said Adam is low, Mike is loud.
Okay. All right.
What else can we?
I have I have one of these big, huge things, Blue Yeti or whatever. As my mic. What are you using for your mic, Adam?
Yeah, I mean, I got this pretty same thing.
Right.
Switch on it. Generally pretty good.
All right. Take our behalf of ForexLive. I apologize for the state of just 2%. Thank you, Ryan.
I'm not sure.
All right. So, as far as this test goes, we're seeing the questions come down the right-hand side of our screen. So I wanted to test that. The volume. I don't know what we do. I think we just look into. I don't know. Is there any other things within your control panel that controls your volume on your mic, Adam, that you know?
I don't see anything there. I mean, I can't tell though if it's coming up or going down when I switch things, so I really have no way of knowing whether it's getting bad or worse. So we just heard that they found us on our, if they've subscribed to us on YouTube, they get a
Right.
message, I guess, that we're doing this live. So
Okay.
that's how this popped up. All right, I mean, we can kind of try to battle through the levels here. I don't really know what else to do, Greg. You have a better sense of what my volume's like than I do.
Let's see. Right. I'm looking at the volume levels here again.
Hold on a sec.
All right, well, I put you at the max, and I lowered myself down a little bit so that perhaps it's not as
Wait, how's that?
obvious.
Is that coming?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I found it. Okay.
All
So,
right.
all right, I can leave it there, and then you can adjust it, and hopefully get us in.
Well, let's get some feedback from the people out there. I know Adam sounds a lot better now for me.
Yeah, okay. I think I was able to boost that up.
Mm-hmm.
I think. All right. Okay, Ryan was just sending us a little thing there. Closer to the mic. I think the mic should be fine there, Greg. If you,
Yeah,
we can try and start this up. I can queue up some charts, I guess, if we're gonna talk about different things. And
well, I got the charts. Why don't we just queue it up, go live, or put it live on our website, and then that'll send out a Google or a Twitter.
okay, wait. Ryan's just saying it's too loud.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe I'm too loud now. You want to adjust it on your end?
All right. Let me see if I can do that.
I can do it on mine if not.
Yeah, just do it on yours.
Okay. I just don't want us both fiddling. Let me take it to about that. All right, how's that, Greg, for you?
You're fine.
Okay. All right, good. All right, I'll leave it there then. Ryan says he can adjust it at his end anyway.
But I guess, Ryan, the important thing is, how do we balance? Like when I talk, you don't want to be going back and forth. So
That's a great point.
we cannot split the video, by the way. That's not a function of Google Hangouts just yet. I did hear about that.
Greg doesn't want to share the spotlight anyway. Okay, cool. Both sound good now. All right, so
All
we
right.
got feedback there.
All right. So why don't I just post on our website? Say we're going to start in 5 minutes.
I mean, we could just do it now. We got an audience already. I mean, I'm happy to talk for as long as anyone wants.
All right. All right.
As long as they can tolerate me in my office here.
Looks nice, actually. All right.
Cool, man.
All right. Let me post it up.
On the post, it says click through if you want to kind of ask questions and stuff like that.
I think I'll talk about that.
Yeah, but then you have to repeat it, though.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well. I don't think we go on forever.
Yeah, we'll go until it's, what, about the top of the hour here?
Right.
Just as a quick test.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what. I'm going to put it on that start screen, and then we'll just remain silent here, and then I'll hit that in a couple minutes or whatever, and we'll get started. We'll see if people come in. All right.
I'll mute my mic.
All right. All right, hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Greg Michalowski, and before we get started, let me remind everybody that trading foreign exchange carries a high level of risk that may not be suitable for all investors. In addition to that, leverage creates additional risk and loss exposure. Should you decide to trade foreign exchange, carefully consider your investment objectives, your experience level, and risk tolerance. This is just a test of Google Hangouts that my partner in crime and Ryan Button and myself will be conducting for you. Oops, there we go. And in the process, we're going to be learning how to use Google Hangouts a little bit better than what I just went through here. So hopefully you'll be able to see us or see me right now. And here's Adam right here. Say hello, Adam.
Hi, Greg. Glad to be on here and glad to test this out. Something we're looking to do. Add a little more live to the site. I understand there's a bit of a lag if you're on with us, but if you want to join us, we want to talk. We can talk live and talk about the markets right now.
All right. There are a few things, a few little rules, or not rules necessarily, but how to use the question and answer. We obviously can't hear you, so if you're talking to your computer right now, we will not be able to hear you. You're just talking to yourself. But there is a way that you can post questions and answers. And you'll notice on your screen there that it says join the conversation or something on, I believe, on our website at ForexLive.com. If you click on that, it'll open up another window. And in that window, and I got to put these directions in a post one day, but anyway, this is a beta. In that window, if you look at the top right-hand corner, there's like a Rubik's Cube there, and if you click on that, it should open up a option to use the Q&A. And so click on that Q&A, and from there you'll be able to type in your questions that we will see here and be able to answer them for your viewing pleasure. So what we wanted to do in this beta test is to get yourself used to that and get ourselves used to the whole process, and also to answer any questions that you may have. Anything from the broker situation as a result of the S&P taking away the peg last week to what we think going forward. We do have, I think, access to some sharing some screens as far as charts go, so I can do a technical analysis. Adam can add his comments as well. I think from this perspective, I have control of the charts, and don't know if Adam can share his. Can you share your screen, Adam? Do you know?
Yeah, I think I can share my screen here as well. So all
right. Well then, we
can have a chart showdown.
Exactly. It'll be a battle of the charting stars.
Well, I don't know
if we can call ourselves stars.
I'll defer to you.
I'll defer to you. So let's get to it. So I got to figure out where they come in from. The question first seems a bit kind of crafty. Yeah. Well, I as far as the questions go, Ryan, I just deleted the ones earlier that we had put on. So
you see Ryan's latest question. He's looking for the MXN TRY.
I was wondering who that was. I was trying to look for someone else's question. So, well, why don't we just before people get used to this, and quite frankly, I don't know how many people are in the room at the moment, but and it keeps on going back. So I'm going to just lock myself in here as the talker. Adam, why don't we talk a little bit about things like the Bank of Japan decision that's going to be coming out over this evening. What you might think are the expectations for that. We also have the Bank of Canada tomorrow. We're seeing lots of movement in the dollar Canada and trading here today, moving further to the upside. So why don't you give us your feedback in regard to those two situations, and we'll go from there. Maybe I'll put up a chart as well.
Great. Yeah, two big central bank decisions. Bank of Japan, it's not an extraordinarily exciting decision, but one thing that Eamon's been talking about a lot in the last week or so is that the Bank of Japan is backing away from aggressively targeting 2% inflation. I mean, they've given up on it. They were never going to reach it anyway, but by not even aiming to hit it anymore, it takes the pressure off them to do more. So we won't see, is what I think will happen. We won't see any fresh hints at new action, and in fact, they'll in fact take a bit of that off the table, and that may weigh on dollar yen after the decision. Then again, Bank of Japan decisions don't always tend to be such big market movers. The Bank of Canada decision, on the other hand, I think has the potential to be a very large market mover. The Bank of Canada right now is very neutral. I've got the statement up on my screen. The key line is they say overall the balance of risks remained within the zone for which the current stance of monetary policy is appropriate. So they basically say we're fine, we're neutral, we're all the way neutral, and that is likely to change to something more dovish, I believe, and I don't think that's priced in. I mean, we might be starting to see that priced in today. Dollar CAD up 1.5 cents. Part of that's the oil equation, some soft manufacturing data, but I think the biggest part is the market thinking about a dovish hint from the Bank of Canada. And remember, there's also the MPR to go along with it, so we get some insight on the Bank of Canada. But if we do see that headline, I think there's still room to run in dollar CAD. And if you look at the charts, Greg, maybe you have something on that. The dollar CAD chart, if you go out to something in the long term, there's not much. I just put up a post about it on the top side to really restrain where that's headed.
Let me try to get the chart up here for the dollar versus Canada, and we can take a look at that from a technical perspective.
And once we do that, I see the questions are starting to pour in here, so we have a few people on board. Ryan is definitely still on us about the Turkish lira, which I mean, Mexican Turkish lira. I'll talk about it, Ryan. And you got an oil exporter and an oil importer there. So I don't know what the chart looks like in the MXN TRY cross, but I would take the short side of that. I mean, knowing as little as I do about the chart, but that's where I'd leave that.
Well, I think we should. People should. Oh, let me put it on. Actually, here we go. We got the chart here. The dollar Canada. What I can. Oh, here we go. Starting to get some stuff in here. Well, what we know here from a technical perspective on a weekly basis here, Adam, is obviously the break to the upside. Look at all the green bars here, just continuous buying in that currency pair. This 61.8% retracement that we're going through here. Zoom all the way out, comes out through this move to the downside, and we haven't been at these levels obviously going back to this point right here in 2009, I guess. Got to figure out where there it is. Yeah, in May or so of 2009. So we're kind of in nowhere's land here on the top side as far as the weekly chart goes. From a technical perspective, so it's hard to figure out, other than if we move back below this trend line, off of this weekly chart, what do we see? Well, we just see bullish, and so I have to dig down and I have to drill down from a technical perspective more into the hourly chart to get an idea of where risk is. Obviously, the bias is to the upside here, but where is the risk? Where do things turn around and turn the bias from this bullish trend-like move to the upside to more bearish, or at least more neutral move to the downside? And I got to say, like, below this old high and below the 38.2, when you can get something like those two things lining up at that point, it's like bullish until it tells you bearish, and for me it would be if we start to move back below the 120.43 or so type of level, that's going to put a little bit, make the waters a little bit more muddy, give a little bit more question as far as this last move to the upside here, and we'll see from there. But until then, it's full steam ahead, I guess, for the dollar versus Canada, and so we'll see how that all plays out. So I guess what I'm saying is that this is one of the risk levels that traders will face, is that line right there.
Yeah, I like that for as a trade. I like something below maybe that to buy for the Bank of Canada if we can get back down there, because chasing up here it's probably the horse has left the barn. Mm-hmm. So we get questions coming through, a few at once here: gold, sterling yen, euro dollar, euro kiwi this month, where that leaves the S&B. Let's talk about the euro, I think.
All right, yeah, that makes sense. I'll put up a chart, and you can, or if you want to.
Well, I mean, I talk about it from really a fundamental.
Right. Okay. Yeah,
I don't see a great trade at the moment. To me, it's clear the QE is priced all the way in now, and it's a matter of how much, and that's a tough one to peg down. You see the above-below line around 500 billion. That's a lot of QE to start with. I think maybe your risks are towards a euro rebound. But it's had such a hard time rebounding, so I struggle to find an edge on the fundamental side. I mean, you have the momentum to the downside in the euro, but it's just not such a straight shot. And even trading on the headlines, it's a crowded trade in euro shorts already, so you want to see a bounce back at some point. But does the buying come after a QE kind of announcement? And meanwhile, you have the S&B mixed in, and I think that's a negative for the euro. So, you have any thoughts on where euro dollar's at and what it means?
Along those lines, I mean, we've been waiting for this bounce for so long, and I think we all probably agree that a bounce would be healthy for the shorts if we can just squeeze out some of the people who are just so long in this, or from the perspective of everyone's the same way in it. So if we can get the market a little bit more balanced, then we have a chance to catch a breath and then move back to the downside and continue the trend. So I think everyone's been looking for that, but it just hasn't showed up. And if I were to put my chart here up on the weekly chart, we've just been moving through levels here, step by step by step, and every time it goes through a level, we can't get back above it. The last one we went through is this 116.39 level, and that goes back to the low going back to 2005. And lo and behold, if you look at the hourly chart from yesterday, the high price for the day came in at what, 37. No, it's today, but up here, right here at the 1637.39 level. So we keep on making it through those levels. Prior to that, we had the 1743 level, and that level was important to me in that you see my screen, right? Do you see? Yeah. Yeah, you guys see my screen, right?
Yeah, we can all see that.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure. Prior to the 1639 level was this 117.43, and for those people on our website, that was the level that the accounting level that they exchanged ECU for euro way back on January 1st, 1999. And if you go back again to the weekly chart here, we didn't spend any time below that 1743 level, going all the way back to 2003. In fact, only 10 trading days prior to the last few, I guess, where the market had traded below that 1743 level. And so I considered that another important level. And lo and behold, like the 1639 level, the 1743, it's up here, we came down to it. We bounced off of it. We fell below it. And in last week's trading on that Thursday or the S&B day, and lo and behold, the corrective move came right up to around the 1746 level, boom, back down to the downside. So it's taken these steps. You want these corrections to happen, but it's taken these steps, and it's just banging, banging, banging to the downside. So for me, I mean, this line right here, 1639, is the line in the sand that if we get above it, and that would also take us back above the 100-hour moving average. If we get above it, that would be, you know, more quote unquote bullish, or the possibility exists that what was once resistance now becomes support, and we can build some sort of short covering rally to the upside. Other than that, you know, the shorts still remain in control, and you know, just kind of go with the trend, because the trends are fast directional, tend to go longer than you ever expect.
Euro shorts have been a great one. We only have, you know, we'll probably just cut this off in a few minutes, Greg. Just there's a quick question there on cable. I don't want to miss anyone else. Thanks everyone for popping on. My thoughts on cable, I mean, I still like the idea of a bounce. I still feel like at the start of the year it got kicked down too quickly. Today it's showing a little bit of resilience. I mean, we got caught below 151 in the S&B again. You know, it's a decent economy, and I think there's still room for a bounce. But I mean, we're so caught in the euro story right now, and I think it's caught in the euro story and the Swiss franc story, and it just doesn't have any part of the spotlight right now. So it's a dangerous trade in that sense, that if you get, you know, massive euro selling, that cable will fall, the dollar will rally. Any quick thoughts on cable, and then maybe we can just talk about Swiss brokers or brokers after the Swiss debacle, and then wrap it up.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, what you said, and what I agree as well, is that the cable's kind of, you know, caught in the story, and the story for this year for the cable, you know, discounting this move on the first day, but really since around January 6th, is been you know, 150.33, 152.70 level on the top side, to the downside, to the upside, to the downside. You know, when I look at a chart like this and I see lots of green and lots of red, you know, it just says to me, doesn't know what it wants to do. And then you add a not narrow trading range, and again, it doesn't know what it wants to do. It's trying to find its way. It's trying to figure out where's the next directional bias. The one thing that you can see off of this chart is I just put a line connecting the tops right here, and then put a parallel trend line along the bottom. And at our bottom our lows for the year here, and the lows right here, we went and tested that bottom trend line. This wasn't a trend line at the time. It was just, you know, putting in the parallel channel right there, and lo and behold, what do traders do? They try to find support levels where they can lean against, where risk can be defined and limited. So they came in right here and they bought against that level right there, and that helped push the market back to the upside. So again, you know, if we were to drill down, let's say, to the hourly chart here, I was hoping in today's move, actually, and I posted this on our site. You know, this is a bunch of, you know, gobbledygook and garbage right here. But when you start to have these non-trending areas, you try to look for little clues that the market may be breaking. And I thought, you know, ignore this last move to the downside. I thought that this move above the 50% retracement, this is of the month's trading, or the range since January 6th, so this is our non-trending area right here. But the 50% of that was at the 151.52 level, and we moved above the 100, and, you know, we started to build some value to the upside. And not only that, we had this trend type move to the upside, but that's all kind of failing and falling away on the break, now back a little bit below the 50%. So we're kind of going in, you know, like markets sometimes like to get into these neutral areas, or these areas where it's take me one way or the other, but and I thought today was a break that might move to further levels to the upside, maybe that short squeeze. But the fact that it's back down at the 50%, back down at the 100-hour moving average, back down at this old trend line, it's kind of like all bets are off. We're back at square one, trying to figure out, do we go higher or do we go lower? And unfortunately, that's what the market's saying to me, and we just got to wait for the break.
Okay, perfect, great, beautiful. I'll wrap up with a bit on broke. I mean, my only thought right now is we need to get this answer cleared up about negative deposits. I think once hopefully everyone clears the slate, even though it looks like Alpari may not do that, and FXCM is the big one that's outstanding right now, but it looks like everyone else will at least. And then I think there's going to be a scramble for clients, and clients might start to get better deals. It might become a little bit more competitive as they try to pick up people leaving some of the damaged brokers. So that I think that's where the story stands right now. And I think most of the losses are probably out there. I hope they're out there. I mean, at least in the places that are regulated by the FCA or in the United States. Maybe in some smaller jurisdictions there might still be some problems hiding, but I pray that's not the case, and I hope everybody clears it all up, and people stick to trading, and we grow from here. That's really my only thoughts on the broker situation.
Yeah, I'd agree. It would be nice to get over this hump. I know a lot of people are still anxious and worried and scared about what may be coming down the road. As someone who sends me a message every day saying it's another day, I still haven't heard from them. We're getting scared, we're nervous, blah blah blah. I mean, rightfully so, but it could go on, but hopefully sooner rather than later this thing gets all figured out, and we move forward. It's a dicey situation. It was an extraordinary day, needless to say. The Swiss National Bank erred in their judgment, I believe, and perhaps maybe had an opportunity to get out of the peg earlier rather than when it was sitting there at 120 right before the ECB decision. I think that was probably the worst case scenario for them to pull the rug, I guess. But it is what it is, and it goes to show, or hopefully we learn lessons from it, and as traders and maybe even as central bankers, of what to do and what not to do. But it's an unfortunate situation, and hopefully, like Adam says, that the market heals and is able to move forward from here.
All right. Well, just so everyone knows out there, if you joined us late, it's just a test. We're testing this out. We're trying to work through some technological kinks. So we're happy to hear your feedback, whether it's through this or on our site. You can leave a comment there. Yeah, and we want to do more live things, live video, live Q&As, and really bring the live to Forex Live at another level. We're going to have a lot of changes in the next few months, and we're eager to hear from you.
Yeah, thank you very much. And for those people who don't know how, or came in late, don't know how to put the question and answer, I'm going to put a post up with instructions for how to do that, and we're going to get better at being able to see the questions and work through them and all, but I think that was a good test. But we are anxious for your feedback, so make sure that you put them in your comments on our website or send us an email. That would be great. All right, thanks a lot, Adam.
Thank you, Greg.
And thank you, everybody out there. While Adam was on, I was talking, so I got to figure out that too. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye now.
Bye.